Well,
Are we? Are we live?
we should be any second now.
Sounds made up.
Every week, none of you believe me, and yet
I was
every
gonna
week
say,
we go live. So,
it's
Oh, you
literally
could just
sounded
you
made
could
up.
just leave again. That's fine.
and you know the number. I haven't forgotten to turn on the audio at the beginning of the stream in such a long time. I keep waiting. I'm gonna fuck it up again at some point, but it's been a while. So,
It's been a minute.
look at that, our stream collection.
For those not watching the live stream, jump ahead roughly about 15 minutes to get to our first impressions and review of the new Benchmade 710 something something dark side 2401. Ha, I know numbers.
All 9. Maybe
I
even.
hope that's what our title is. 710 FE something something. I know numbers.
Sure can be.
I'm sure that's incredibly searchable.
Gonna go viral, and then,
Oh.
then
Then you'll all be sorry.
we will have to forever end all of our YouTube videos with "I know numbers."
Shut up! I can count.
Most days.
Well, yeah.
Anyone
Some days.
new, fun, exciting things to show off?
Ish.
Did I? No, I didn't.
I have a new thing that I have a photo of, but it's not like.
Put that thing away, Paul.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
No, not touching that one.
Not
Also
for
not-
the,
Also
for
not
the
touching it.
viewers.
A memoir.
Not touching that. A memoir.
Yeah.
Well, if I'm gonna be remembered for anything, it's gonna be the things I didn't touch. Yeah. It's too weird.
You should write a book, Joe. The things I didn't touch. It's a picture book.
It's both shorter and more troubling than you would imagine.
Just random things. The Sphinx. Just like straight up, just 25, 30 pictures of things you've never touched.
Probably sell a couple copies too. That's the worst part. People would probably still pay money.
Absolutely. Make it a coffee table book. Big print.
Big
There's a
print.
there's a whole
Just like-
subgenre of like
You're
joke
going
books.
for the same demographic that needs big print as the same people who need coffee table books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're clearly the elderly.
Yeah.
That's discrimination, sir.
Is it discrimination if it's true?
Well, mostly.
I was gonna say kinda, yeah.
Mostly true, mostly discrimination. You know, take your pick. It's
Oh, I'm sad. I only want to discriminate against the old.
mostly.
Yeah.
Don't worry, you'll get there eventually. And if
All
you
right.
won't, whoops.
Yikes.
We're jumping trains. I'm going first.
Oh yeah,
Indeed.
Sure.
do it.
Enough of this rigmarole. Running around, haven't carried anything. Was actually, see, the easy thing for me would be to carry my 710 because we're reviewing the 710.
And that would have
That
made
would've
sense. Yes.
It's too
Yeah.
easy. That's too easy, man. But I knew I was going somewhere that had a really cool backdrop, and I wanted a knife to have some sort of contrasting pattern to the backdrop that I was making. So I carried my ZTO 609 because
Hey,
it's
you did.
got a fancy pattern.
Oh, 609.
Contrast.
Those aren't the same numbers at all.
No, those are the right numbers, dude. It's-
No, I've 710. It's not the same as
Oh,
the 710.
Yeah.
I see. No, it's 110 off, sir.
No, it's 101 off, isn't it?
Yeah, you're right.
I can numbers.
I can
Sure.
count sometimes.
I know numbers. I told you that was going to be the theme for this week's
Full
episode.
circle.
He knows numbers, just not if they're right or wrong.
Yeah,
But I sure do know them.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty good at knowing them.
Oh, yeah. You,
Priceless.
So what is this? What is this backdrop? What is the backdrop from?
It's actually like concrete and triple circles expanding outward from like where a tree is in the middle of.
Ah,
Okay.
cool. I was gonna say I really like the texture on that. That's pretty cool.
But I tweaked with the color. It's all supposed to be brown and rusty, and I made it all fancy, like, and blackened it out. And good times, good times. So
Indeed.
I need to start sending Joe before and afters because I mess with stuff a lot sometimes.
Yeah.
My McHenry picture had blue snow from a month ago, if you don't remember, and that's when they announced the McHenry. So I was like, I'm not going to double down on McHenry. That's stupid.
Me, I just carried the same shit every week. So
If you want to see the McHenry, go back a month and look at the episode where I carried it. I don't even remember which episode it was, so you got to look at 2 or 3 episodes to find it. But it's only like the first 15 minutes, so it's not all bad.
Heaven forbid you have to watch all of our videos.
yikes!
Yeah.
Woe betide you. So strap on in, ladies and gents.
Indeed. Dick Richards, Justin, what is up? Justin's headed to Europe here this week, and I think he's lamenting about traveling from one place to the next in Europe and the laws changing a whole bunch. So
Yep.
They should form a union of countries and come up with like one set.
And then they should make it really difficult for any of the members to leave.
Yeah.
so that everybody knows what's going on all the time instead of
Yeah.
just changing everything willy-nilly.
There you go.
Yeah. And it'll lower costs for import and export. Oh man, this is nothing but a good idea.
I'm always thinking of them.
I don't know. It sounds suspicious. All of these things you're saying.
It's communism. It's fine.
All right. Yep.
Joe's like, all right, shut up.
We're out. I'm tapping. I'm tapping.
This was the one.
I said one of the C words. I'm out.
So, yeah, DPX pocket clip for the record.
Yeah, I was gonna ask what that came from. Very nice.
Yeah, not a ZT because those are dumb.
I don't know.
Great at clips.
ZT clips suck. All of them. Even the ones that are okay, they suck too.
All right. You heard it here first, folks.
There's a picture.
Tell me what a good clip looks like. Like,
not like that.
That was a comfortable clip.
Yeah, but
doesn't look very nice on that knife, though.
No, that knife is too pretty for that shit.
That's just it. They went to so much effort. They put all this detail in all the milling, the patterns, the sweeps, the contours, the polished pivot, the stupid special tool you need to adjust the stupid polished pivot.
Of course. This thing rivals the snobbery of an Anthem, man. Like, I tell you. It's... I mean, but then they couldn't put the dragon penis clip on it.
No.
The old dragon penis.
Well, I have a dragon penis clip. Where did it go? Well, it's not really very penisy, but it's a little dragon tail-y. It's not quite as swoopy as that crazy...
You can't come in here with a cake plating knife and tell me that it's a dragon's tail.
I guess.
I'd like to get my cake all in the same plane.
I was gonna argue, but then I started looking at it. Like, yeah, that's... You know, this is not the time for me to go digging through my collection, but I wonder what the worst pocket clip I have is. Like, the most just egregious. I already know Dennis's worst, but I don't know what mine is.
Would you know my worst?
Oh, yeah. 100%. It's, well, okay, maybe 100%, closer to 95. The Onslaught clip is ridiculous.
Yeah. That's the winner. For sure it is. Ben, how's it going? QSP Harpy? That's okay. It's okay, knife. It's... In what color format is the Harpy?
I don't know why I reacted so strongly to that, but I don't like that at all.
Harpy?
Get over it.
Like a Sharpay?
Yeah.
No,
sure.
I pictured like a hairpiece.
Oh.
Yeah, like a toupee.
Yeah.
Yeah, a Harpy.
Good times. Good times. Yeah, the mini Onslaught's the worst. I don't know, the Talwar back there, it's pretty horrendous as well, back in the day when clips didn't matter.
Yeah.
But we've come full circle again, and now clips don't matter. But just because everything's just deep carry fold over,
Yeah.
everything's a bug out clip now. So
Yeah.
I was just going to reference there that I also have a cake plating knife
Oh yeah.
for a clip. It's the 0055. I tried to show it to the computer screen that's in front of me like a dolt.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah.
All right, it's all right. It's a mare's leg. It's
a little bit.
Okay. I would prefer a mare's leg.
All right, someone else go.
Yeah,
Sure.
I think it's you, Joe.
Cool, swirly.
Unless you got something new.
Anyway.
I don't got anything new to show. But it's been a carbon fiber kind of last forever. So Skaha's been getting a lot of attention. And this is somewhat of a recycled pick, but it's not recycled from here, so I feel less bad about it. One of my friction folders, 20CV, what Benchmade refers to is unidirectional carbon fiber, and then Skaha with S35VN and their basket weave, which remains glorious. Not quite as glorious as Paul's Black Dunes, but pretty close.
What do you call the carbon fiber instead of unidirectional?
Well, I call them bidirectional because they go in two different directions, not one direction. So...
No, it's a one-way street, man.
Did you reference recycling because of the cardboard boxes in the background, or...?
No, but that would have been very funny. Okay. You give me too much credit. I am not quite that clever.
Next week, it just needs to be a recycled pitcher, but just in front of a trash compactor or something.
Might actually, yeah.
Joe Mama, what is up? Ben's carrying the S35 carbon fiber and G10.
Wow, it's a fancy harpy.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Justin's going to be carrying a Victorinox Sportsman going forward in this week in the European Union.
The old Victorinox.
Couldn't remember what that loadout was for tools, but there's a picture. If
Sportsman, it's the same as a Huntsman, but it's a Phillips screwdriver instead of a corkscrew.
Sportsman's got.
Oh no, I'm wrong.
Just
never mind.
Other way around.
Nail
I
file
guess.
instead of small knife.
Yeah, it's a cadet size. It's a mid between the full size and a mini.
Okay. That's a decent size, though. I like those little guys.
I might know where he got that from.
We might have sold them once upon a time. I don't know. I can't keep track of that crap.
I'm pretty sure we sold it once recently time.
It's probably on my shelf right now.
I'm pretty sure I sold it to him last week.
Oh, really?
Well, it's not on my shelf now. Thanks, Justin.
How dare you buy things from us?
Yeah, but legitimately, thank you for.
Thank you for choosing us.
Just because my tone had sarcasm.
Indeed.
How dare you? How dare you assume I was sarcastic? What the hell? What about you, Paul? What are you rocking?
I'm carrying something new. I was gonna say new to me, but it's new to me as well as just new, and it's the I had the name in my brain 3 seconds ago.
Supernova.
That's the one.
It's the Champagne Supernova.
It is the Champagne. Oh my god, it is a Champagne Supernova.
Come on. Did you not put those pieces together the whole time you were working there?
No.
Or the whole time it was in stock, rather? As well as you working there. But those things coincide.
Yeah, I don't feel great about that.
So Paul has a Supernova up for sale now.
No. Zirconium, titanium, M390ium, real thin behind the edge.
You put those words back in your mouth. So the pocket clip is Zerk as well, hey?
It sure is.
That's kind of
curious
neat.
about that. Because isn't Zerk, I don't want to call it brittle, but more brittle than other materials?
It's, to my understanding, yes, it's more brittle than titanium, but I don't know if it's as brittle as steel necessarily. I actually don't know a ton about the
Oh, okay.
properties of Zerk. I haven't worked with it before, so the motivation has not been there to do a ton of research on it.
It's got some good texture to that Zerk.
Yeah, Best Tech applied this kind of, and I don't know if they applied or if this is like they had to have applied it. It's got like this kind of rougher sort of surface finish to it, right?
Yeah.
Without being like
Absolutely.
super abrasive.
Orange peel. I think it's like an oxide finish on the Zerk type of.
Okay, that
I
would make
think.
sense.
I looked a little bit into zirconium when I was getting my wedding ring, and learned a little bit about it. But again, yeah, I'm not 100% sure because I didn't order one. I went a different route instead, so screw you. But yeah.
Screw you, hippie. But yeah, it's super thin behind the edge.
Ben's mentioning swordfish-ish because of it being a best tech. Yeah. Also, swordfish-ish is not the easiest thing to say.
No.
Easier to type than. But Ben, think about it as a mini swordfish because
Yeah, it's only little.
Yeah,
it's a wee.
The swordfish is a 4-inch blade. That is a 3.5.
I would
Not
put
even.
it into a
3.
zero tolerance 450, 452 kind of comparison.
Very much so.
Yeah.
4-finger grip, but just.
Yeah. All right. So
on that note,
we got close to 7:30. It's roughly 15 minutes later.
Yeah.
Hey.
People jump forward.
Look
and,
at us.
Let's talk about a 4-finger grip.
Oh my.
Fully. It
Yes.
is a fully.
I'm gonna actually start with in-hand pictures this week, just because that's a somewhat okay segue. We're talking about
it's the knife, Paul or Joe, right? It's the knife.
Oh yeah.
In-hand pictures. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
4-finger grip. Come on, bud.
Look at Mr. Big Shot over here. Yeah.
So again, being too easy, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's 4 fingers. You can spread those fingies out to make them 4.
Yeah. It is not a small knife by any stretch of the imagination.
No. It's the right size.
And a re-release. You know, from the glory days of this.
From the before times.
It's dirty. Look at how dirty. Shit.
I really appreciate Justin's question right now. 710. Do want? Why money?
Yeah, that basically is the crux of it, isn't it?
We'll break our video down into those bullet points as the night progresses.
Yes.
Yeah. 710. Do want? Why money? Yeah. For sure. That will be the chapters to tonight's videos. It's
one more shot just to show off the absolute size of this mad lad. That's a Spyderco military on the top. And there's the usual size comparison, the Dragonfly underneath.
So what's it? 3 3/4-inch blade?
I think that's about more than that. That's like a 4.
All right.
Because the Spyderco. Oh, sorry.
By any chance, get other size comparisons?
Just those
for against
two.
Knife Bladey.
Yeah.
Just curious. Yeah. See it up against whatever bug out Griptilian, anything. Yeah, 450, 452.
Oh,
look
at those.
Yeah, it's fine.
You get the standard.
We sold this damn thing so quick that we didn't have time to play with it.
It was in and out pretty quick.
Still some available at the Cutting Edge website, as well as probably back in the Calgary store within the next week or so. But going fast, as the initial sales indicate, and even at that, why money? Going fast. But as far as specs go,
yes,
you were wondering about specs. I have specs. What are they worth? No.
What you got? What you got?
It is a 4-inch blade on the nose, as you're stating. 8.95 inches overall. Blade thickness of 2.9 mils. Flat earth blade color of the MagnaCut varieties. Black oxide finish on the clip. Okay, black something something. It doesn't actually say coating on what kind of handle. What kind of handle is it?
Eh,
Is it
it's
not
a
aluminum?
it's a
An
6061 aluminum, but
aluminum?
they don't say how it's aluminum. They don't say whether it's anodized or like a hard coat anodized or
Yeah,
anything like that.
yeah. PVD
Benchmade's
coating for the blade, black anodized finish. It does say
okay.
in
Does
their
it,
product description. Their new website is
I
all
was
about
I was just about to bitch about that.
the lifestyle choices of the season and not telling me what I
Pardon
need
me.
to know. God damn it! It's
Yeah.
anyway, it's very convoluted, and I did figure it out. Limited edition 2500 made. They are numbered, which is more important to some people than others. Individually numbered, not just a number, because they have said one of 750 on all of them before, and that's a kick in the nuts too.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
This one is number 1573.
Did I miss anything? Oh, new Omega Spring. Oh, whitey flatty.
Yeah.
The old flatty whitey.
I couldn't find
Yeah.
any pictures of the knife blown apart. I tried to take some photos down the side of the handle, and we could look at those later. Um,
They don't want you to
yeah.
know, you see. They're gonna give it away to Kaiser.
Give a quick shout out to OG Red High Tops and Connor Huff in chat. What is up?
Hello, hello.
What you carrying? Indeed. Sorry, I didn't mean to derail us.
Nope, nope, it's all good. This is the Magna Cuts. This is not the standard version of the knife. This is
One of 2,500.
yeah. So I think it's probably worth very briefly talking about the price difference between the different variations. It was 1,500 American for the now sold out Damasteel version. Is 600 American MSRP. For this version we're talking about tonight specifically, but I actually don't have the 710 standard price on hand. I don't know if you do, Dennis.
Oh, the original one that was available?
No, the one
Or the
that's upcoming because I don't think it's on their website yet.
The S91.
No, they didn't really say anything
Okay.
about that one.
Okay, so it's not just me
Um,
because I couldn't find it anywhere.
They're kind of pretending like it doesn't exist.
It's not on like Blade HQ or anything like that.
I'll
Might be.
I'll check Knife Center quickly while we're chatting about it here, but
Um,
I have to sell my kids' kidneys for this one.
okay, so it's not MSRP seems to be 450 American for the S90V variant, which
Okay.
is also PVD, milled aluminum, flat Omega springs. Okay,
but
this
to my
isn't.
knowledge, the silver aluminum rather than black
Yes, this isn't. I don't think this is.
anodized.
Yeah, I don't think this is. It might actually be anodized. The standard version might be anodized.
Either way,
They don't
we're talking about this
say it
one,
in the
so-
description. Yeah. Not the same knife, but the upcoming one is going to be cheaper, and that's probably why you don't see it on their website. Is because they want to advertise more about the ones that they are currently trying to push, the limited edition ones.
As only.
And Connor mentions paying an extra $100 for the Benchmade tax. Yeah, and another $100 because it's limited edition. So it's between those two things.
Yeah.
She starts to get up there. She starts to get up there real fast.
Is the production version going to have a flat spring too?
Yes.
Is it going to also have the angled access bar?
Yes.
Yes.
But it won't have a contoured. Hold up. Yeah, I don't think it has the same kind of contouring. It has some of the same milling lines on
I
the
see.
spine side of the handle, but it doesn't have the same contouring towards the front that the black does. So there is actually some physical difference between the handles, aside from, like, in terms of the overall feeling in hand. It's not just the difference between lines and stippling.
Okay.
Yeah, but for the
Which
knife that
the
oh,
710 has had variations throughout the years with different contouring on carbon fibers and G10s and
yes,
all sorts of different things, right? So
I am happy that it's not just a simple, oh, it's carbon fiber and it's limited now. Like, it's they actually bothered to redesign the handle somewhat for all three of the different variations, the standard and the two limited editions that they did. It's just nice to see
I
a little bit
think
more
Ben
effort.
has insider information that we don't have. He's talking about a titanium version of this knife, and I think he's talking about the S90 aluminum,
Well,
silver aluminum.
okay, because I don't think there's a titanium anything upcoming as far as I'm aware.
As far as I know, no.
Unless he's talking about the original Damasteel one that was titanium.
what? There was a titanium McHenry.
That was the Damasteel one.
Oh, there was also a Damasteel that was carbon fiber and C-Tech.
Back in
Oh,
the day,
okay.
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Mm.
I did say original. I meant out of the three that have just recently come out, the newly released 710s. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, the Damasteel one was TI.
Yes.
That
Now,
makes
I
sense.
don't know if the entire handle was TI or if it was titanium inlaid into aluminum or what the deal was. But
Honestly, it came and went so damn fast, I don't even remember.
titanium handle with milled aluminum inserts. Yeah, so that was a fancy one. Never
I
even got to
don't even
touch that
remember
one.
what it. Don't even remember what it looks like.
They did
That's
things to that one. Unspeakable things. Anyway,
I'll just
yeah,
pop it on
like
screen here
inlaying
quick.
aluminum into titanium. Like,
It's an odd choice, but it's a choice you could make.
Oh yeah, right. That's a knife that looks like things.
Yep.
I remember a knife that looks like numbers.
Mm-hmm. Backspace is kind
Oh,
of fancy.
right. I forgot about the weird pocketing they did where the thumb stud goes on the blade. That's weird.
See, this
At least they.
this one's unidirectional. The arrow's only going one way.
Boo. But yeah, okay. All right. I guess we should.
Boo this man.
We're being asked in chat if these new flat springs are going to last 2 to 3 months now, rather than the one that they're lasting right now.
I mean, actually, in terms of how long they're rated to last, I think it is like a 300% increase or 200% increase in longevity.
Okay, but here's the thing. All jokey aside. But I'm like, let's play off that jokey. There's only one model that they're doing right now, so it's still in small batch numbers. You wait. You wait until that flat spring hits the mainstream market, and they're doing just as many flat springs as they are doing curled round springs. That's where the f ups are gonna happen. You see.
Listen, don't worry about it.
Okay, Connor. I get it. You boo this knife, but I mean, it's hard to and it flicks like a McHenry. It plays like a McHenry. It does all the things except for have a ridiculous price point that a McHenry didn't necessarily have. It had a little bit of a price point. Heave ho for D2 and even the ATS 34 predecessors before that, but still.
Yeah, but those were good steals for them at the time, no?
Yeah.
Not the best steal necessarily, but good.
It's all right. But anyway, yeah, it's hard. It's hard to boo a McHenry because they're
It's
nice.
still a McHenry.
They're nice.
They're quite nice.
I haven't met a McHenry I never liked.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Until you told me the price, and then I'm like, we can just be friends. It's cool. It's cool.
I like you from afar.
Yeah. So
you can be in someone else's pocket. It's cool.
I guess because this knife is an updated re-release of a pre-existing model, I guess that makes it a slightly different conversation. If we're talking about like anniversary editions of this knife and what this knife did for Benchmade and thus the knife world, yeah, the collector's versions are probably going to be very collectible. They're probably going to go up in secondary value. But for competitive options in the market, we're back to that same conversation we've been having about Benchmade for the last how many months is holy crap, oh my god, the dollars. But hey, they're giving you MagnaCut, so you should be grateful. You slime.
Every time
You slime.
a Benchmade gets released recently, the common comment is, "Oh my god, the price!" Right? So yeah.
Yeah. Now,
And MagnaCut ain't nothing fancy. I mean, yeah, it's aluminum with the pivot collar. Oh, I forgot.
Pivot collar tax.
Oh, I forgot about the pivot collar tax until you had
yeah,
that nice zoomed in picture. And I bet you got an access bar tax on this one because of the fancy
yeah. So
100%.
steps.
those
You
aren't
can't go up the steps without paying a price, man.
boo. But yeah, also, uh, those are keyed so they don't rotate. Hey, they don't rotate on the inside of the lock. I remember fiddling with them, like, well, they shift a little bit to allow for movement, but they're not gonna rotate in a way that's gonna be uncomfortable. It's well
I'm
thought
gonna
out.
install them backwards.
Please don't. I don't know if that's possible, and I don't want to see you try.
That's fair.
It's really well made, like stupid well made. As in flicking this knife, opening it, closing it, and like just it very confidence inspiring. I am the immediate feeling of those springs is like, yeah, those feel robust. Those feel considerably better than any of the other Axis lock style openings I've played with in the last several years.
But one thing you do notice is that they're completely exposed. Like your little down the sidey pictures that you were talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about. I sure don't know.
If we're focusing on their new fancy Omega spring, the problem with the new fancy flatty Omega spring, it's a flatty, is that they need to now start to incorporate a deeper housing for the spring because the wire needed less, and now you can't have steel liners or some sort of liner protecting the flatty from all the linties and all the gunkies.
Yeah.
Well, don't mix your gunkies with your flatties, right?
Yeah,
Like it's
you keep your gunkies over there.
Keep your gunkies well away from
I'm gonna
flatties.
keep my gunkies right in there from the looks of things. It's because there's nothing stopping it.
You don't have a choice, sir. Yeah.
Your gunkies will keep it lubricated. It's fine.
I think that is the opposite of what that will do. So again, it's something that, yeah, cool that they're coming out with it, and I hope that it's a strong enough mechanism and that lint's not a factor and that you can clean that out with a Q-tip and not worry about popping things off tracks or things like that type of idea. It looks pretty solid, but
I was going to say that exact same thing. It looks pretty solid in there.
Yeah, I'm trying to, because it's hard to tell in the preview which of these photos is actually gonna look the best on the screen. This actually shows off. They have this weird little pin at the back now, further away from the backspacer, and I wanted to see if yours had the same thing, Dennis, because I don't remember that being a feature. But you see that pin to the left-hand side? Is there a pin on that side? No, there. Oh, but there is a backspacer. Okay, that's fair. I forgot.
Yeah, it's solid all the way through.
Okay,
online.
That's fair.
So,
the
weird pin. I noticed that. It's weird. I don't like it.
I would like to know
on this knife, do some shit with that. That's actually my number one complaint when I was once overing this knife and I looked at it and I was trying to keep my thoughts to myself as I was looking at things. Number one was, oh, that Omega spring's completely exposed. And number two is, what the hell are they doing with that like shoddy ass mini bug out barrel spacer that they're putting on an $800 knife or a $600 knife or a something too many dollary dude knife? What is the dollar?
Is it just the color of this photo that makes it look like it's like got a bad zinc coating?
It's partially the lighting.
He took these shots on the scene of the first Saw movie, so it's
you could just watch the first Saw movie. You don't have to watch the
no,
others.
that's the only one worth watching. 100%.
Yeah.
But
There's more than one?
well, the second one, it was at least worth an attempt.
Yeah, it was a good effort,
And
but
it had the skull and crossbones with the Les Pauls for the crossbones with the T-shirt, and that T-shirt was cool. So that made the second movie worthwhile because it made me realize that T-shirt existed. So
That's fair. That's fair.
no.
Can either one of you explain to me how the flat spring interacts? No, never mind. Never mind. I'm not asking that question
with the barrel
because
spacer,
I would sound like a dumb because
Yeah.
I was thinking of a dumb thing.
Are you a layman? Are you asking layman questions again?
No, I was gonna ask you how the spring interacted with the blade, but it wouldn't because it's not a spring-assisted knife.
Yes,
Ah,
it's
you
just
see.
interacting with the lock post.
You take the nitrous and you put it in something else, you jackass.
Hey man, I would take a nitro-assisted 710.
I'd think about it.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a pretty good time.
Sounds
I don't
like
know.
fun.
I don't know how they would do that and have room for the Omega Springs, but
Oh, they'd have to go back to the old style of Mega Spring, obviously.
fuck that. My only Benchmade that I carry with an access lock anymore is the Fact, and that's because it doesn't have a standard Omega Spring, so I'm a little bit more confident in it.
And that's a fact.
Yeah, and that is a fact. So, spoilers for how I feel about this particular knife. I'm very excited about that spring. Yeah, I do agree.
Just the right ways for you.
Yeah, just enough, just enough.
He sprung for springs.
There you go. Yeah, the spring's cool. What else is there
He's
to
Coco
say
for
about
coils.
this?
It's
Coco for quails.
coils.
Yeah, he would be
Quails.
Coils. I was like, why quails? But
Stop.
I wasn't.
Stop coiling my quails,
I will not.
sir.
I'm gonna make a new dish. Coiled
Sir.
quail.
The police are on their way.
What's that spiraled skewer for? Don't you worry about
It'll be quail and potato wrapped on a stick. It'll be fine.
So, can we bitch about the pocket clip a little bit?
Why? I told you, everything's just gone to. It's horrible in a different way. Everything's just a bug-out clip now.
This is a limited edition version of a 25th. This is a 25th anniversary knife from the lock that put this company on the map and made them relevant for as many years as they had the patent.
What did the fancier knife get?
Oh, I doubt it got much better.
I'm just curious because I don't think I remember.
It might be a PVD one.
I never got to see it in person, so I actually. Oh no! Wait a second. Okay, I'm looking at the pictures.
It's an Anthem clip.
Okay, they went. Hold up! What the fuck am I looking at? I'm gonna show you what I'm looking at.
Yeah, I was like,
for the fancy boy. So this isn't great resolution, even though it's Benchmade's website, so that's fucking great. There's something weird going on with a pinch point. It's sort of like one of their penisy clips, but there's lines milled into it that lined up with the handle you see, and it says Benchmade with the Butterfly M logo. It's their standard 3-hole clip.
I also like that those lines only line up in one way because it becomes an arrow and then it's completely offset on the bottom.
Oh, of that for the clip. Don't think about it too hard. It's not great.
But that's like the original clip they were going to use on the Anthem, and then they changed their mind last minute.
Old Warren style,
something like that. Are these recycled pocket clips? That'd be so unfortunate.
Dick Richards jumping out early. Have a great week, my friend. We'll see you again. Not next week. It's Mother's Day, so 2 weeks down the road.
Indeed. 2 roads down the week.
The mothers, you see, the mothers.
2 roads, Joe.
So the OG one's not much better. No, I'm just kidding. This is a deep carry one that I replaced it. I don't even remember. I'm pretty sure it had a penis clip on this one.
Yeah.
Or either one of the Benchmade square, like split arrow. Is that the dick? No, maybe that is the dick clip. It's the
That
other
is
one.
the clip.
The square Benchmade.
Yeah, I'm not
But
seeing
Even
anything
like the
about the
H&K
pocket.
clip.
For the
Yeah.
record, I'm equally not as okay with the $1,500 version coming with a bullshit snap clip.
It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. What you should worry about is getting some aftermarket parts for it because these ones suck.
Well, I mean, it's a deep carry clip at the very least, which doesn't fully seat the knife in your pocket. They could have redesigned it. They were redesigning it anyway, but whatever. It's fine.
It's fine. But yeah,
It
that's
it
a lot of
wasn't
dollar reduce for bug out clip.
it wasn't uncomfortable. I'll say that's about the best thing I could say about that clip. It was perfectly adequate.
Of all their spring clips, I think this is my personal favorite one.
The
But
longer deep
the
carry,
longer, yeah, with
rather
just
than
the
bug out.
butterfly.
Yeah. I have that oxidey one on several of my knives.
Mm-hmm.
Not my McHenry, because screw you, man. So
Yeah. It needed a little bling.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the blade was silver. I had to have a silver clip to match my silver blade.
Of course.
And once we get Flightanium in, maybe I'll give it some silver hardware.
I just realized something. The standard production one has a more customized clip than this knife does.
The standard production one?
The aluminum one that you showed earlier
Oh,
has a PVD coated clip that matches the blade. It's still it's the same clip.
The S90.
I
Yeah, which
forgot
would have
about
made
that.
sense on this knife too, because there's a lot of
Well, the color matching
Earth.
would have been fine. Yeah, you're right. It didn't need to be black, especially
they
since it's supposed to be a collectible in the first place. Yeah,
And they've been doing fancy colors lately. Didn't they do a gold on the Mini Adamas with MagnaCut?
they do a purple one. What am I talking about?
Don't know.
I'm
Don't
not
know.
sure.
It's your party.
Yeah.
There's aftermarket colors, all sorts of
Yeah.
aftermarket. But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right about the Adamas getting that gold PVD coated.
But yes, they have started to play that game with different clips and different colors and different coatings, and
It matches the liners on the carbon fiber one, for sure. That clip.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you're right.
yeah, good times. Good times.
So one downside to this texture is it's going to collect crap, and you're going to have to use something like a soft toothbrush, nylon bristle brush, something to clean it. I'm okay with that with things like relatively inexpensive FRN from Spyderco, where it's kind of you're expected to treat this kind of as a work knife anyway. It's going to get gross and kind of dirty, and just cleaning it periodically is, sort of expected if you want it to be clean. But when I'm paying 600 American for something like this, I don't know. I feel like the expectation would be a design that's a little bit easier to not
clean it
look
like a cat,
gross.
Joe.
No, I'd really rather not.
Is that where you get like one of those tongue brushes?
And lick your knife. Look, if you want to lick your knife in the privacy of your own home, by all means.
Cal apparently took our advice and decided the Mini Adamas clip looked pretty good on the 710. Looked pretty good.
Good stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
But now you've got this like really, really expensive black oxide clip. It's like it's got to be at least like a third of the cost. That's an extra $50 right there. You could sell that clip for the 710.
Of course.
If a pivot collar is worth 50, I mean the limited edition clip's got to be worth 50.
Is the clip limited edition?
It's not.
It came from a limited edition knife.
It's just breathing heavy. It's fine.
Boo.
That's snoring, sir.
That's me.
Oh,
It's fine.
I see.
That comes later.
Mm, I hope not.
Infinite says, of course you have one. I'll just go stand in the corner with the rest of the poors. Just,
It's a mood.
I mean, everyone gets those little messages talking about how you can increase your credit limit there, Infinite. I'm just saying.
It's as easy as downloading RAM.
It's
Yeah.
Don't ever do
Don't do either one of those things.
Virtual RAM is a thing. I would also not bother with it. Yeah, so it's a different texture. It's a different color. It's limited. It's MagnaCut. It's really goddamn expensive. Here's a small thing though. The holes for the pocket clip almost blend in with the holes on the stippling, and that almost makes me happy.
Almost.
Almost. If they had managed to like keep the pattern in line with how the holes were already set up, ooh, that actually would have.
You know how they could have done that? With a custom fucking clip.
Yeah, they could have.
They could have just put a 2-hole or a 3-hole pattern that was just unique to everything.
See, I understand having interchangeability between like, yeah, we make like 4 or 5 different clips, and you can change the clips to every knife, and they all work together, except when they don't, and that's fine. But yeah, $600. Give me a nice fucking clip. Give me a milled titanium, fucking milled stainless, just something different. Like, again, this is the knife that put Benchmade on the map. If you're gonna do that,
put it on the map.
Put it on the map. Really think about the clip. Don't treat it like a cash grab. And the one thing I will say again, and I keep coming back, same thing we've said about a lot of Benchmades recently. The build quality, excellent. If the heat treatment is exactly what they're saying, then yeah, like this is a perfectly reasonable, functional knife. And as kind of annoyed as I am about the small nitpicky things with this, I really like this stupid thing. Like, if you were to tell me, like, lineup of Benchmades, what's available right now, and this was one of the options, and I could just take one home, yeah, this would probably be top of the list. Not just because of those springs, but largely because of those springs and the fact that I used to have a 710 and I love the 710 profile. Dennis has one.
I had one very, very briefly.
Yes.
It was about a day.
Bless you. Yeah.
Bless you.
I'm allergic to your story, Paul.
Apparently.
Good God. Yeah.
No one cares anymore. It's my McHenry now.
Nobody cares.
So fun story. We don't know what this one weighs, or the new aluminum one, because Benchmade won't tell you.
Is it because it's too much or not enough?
I don't know. I'm trying to look up some.
It weighs more than a bug out.
I'm getting a 5.2 ounces from Knife Center's standard edition of that knife, and given that, aside from the milling being different, there shouldn't be much difference in the shape of these. I'm assuming that's going to be the same thing.
The Blade HQs have the wrong hardnesses. Oh no, they don't. This is a 59 to 61, is it? Or is it a 60 to 62? Blade HQ has a 59 to 61. I thought it was 60 to 62.
Let me check here. Do they specify on this part of it?
58 to 60. Oh.
Really? 58 to 60?
That's what it said on the first picture before you
that would have been for the Damasteel.
Okay, that makes sense.
Oh, unless that was the...
Yeah, no, that was the Damasteel. You're right.
Okay, because it's 59 to 61 for the S90V, which is about right.
Oh, wait, here it is, 5.16. It is on Benchmade's website. They just have a weird scrolly thing where you can't see shit properly because their website sucks. Yeah.
It's down by 1 point compared to their uncoded.
Right.
MagnaCut, which makes sense compared to everything else we've been seeing recently.
That's what you get when you mess with the warrior. Yeah.
And do
We'll
we?
have a corded blade.
Sorry, did we actually find an HRC rate? Yeah, 6062 for the MagnaCut. Okay.
That's what
Okay.
they say in their overall, isn't it? Or is that on the specifically?
Specifically for the 710 black aluminum with the MagnaCut.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. There's been a lot of back and forth, and I've changed my mind a few different times reading information from Laren and from others about the what's the appropriate Rockwell. This is a limited edition knife. This is more of a collector's item, therefore I care slightly less. MagnaCut's still going to perform decently well at 6062. The knife's built to be kind of a bruiser, though. I mean, if you want a tough knife, it's a pretty tough knife.
Yeah, buy a $600 one. I mean, what the hell?
Go be a
man?
bruiser with it.
Yeah.
Look,
fine.
you're already spending money on a Benchmade. You clearly don't care about where.
Go yeet your shit. Wow, damn, dude. Like, there's people in our audience that bought that knife. Like,
Look, I'm just salty because I don't own the fucking thing. Like I said, if I could pick a Benchmade to take home and not think, this knife does so many things right for me. I particularly enjoy the fact that it's using Kershaw Blur thumb studs for the access bar actuators.
yeah, they
Like
spun them backwards and then put them on that way. Yeah,
absolutely. I absolutely adore that.
Look, Kershaw started it by making their own access lock.
So what you do, Paul, is you just take your Kershaw Blur and you just like screw the thumb stud screws onto either side of the crossbar lock of an already existing Benchmade.
Of course. How could I be so daft?
Well, that's what Benchmade did. Damn, dude.
Yeah.
What's so hard about it? It's.
Do you guys have any complaints about the knife itself outside of the pocket clip, or?
Well, I mean, I ran through my two. Open liners, boo. Weird barrel spacer, boo. Boo, sir, boo.
I'll say the second one there is pretty nitpicky. I appreciate that.
What are you talking about? Like, it's how much of a dollar knife? Don't give me this weird, like, even if you had it just went like full backspacer, like the OG one or something, man.
It's got a partial backspacer. I actually don't. Did I not get the backspacer in any of my pictures? I don't think I did. What the fuck?
But do the whole thing in that backspacer. Why do you only do a halfie?
I don't know.
You got a flatty with a halfie, and then you throw a mini bug goat barrel spacer in that shit. Like,
you already got Joe complaining about having to bristle brush his handle scales. Look at that backspacer. If that backspacer ran the entire length of that knife, you would be so crummy with goo.
Yeah, it wouldn't be great.
No.
Well, only if part of that backspacer turns like a wheel and I can take my knife apart because it's got the same ridging on it.
Yeah,
there you go.
Of course.
For sure.
It's using home front technology.
Field stroke, but
yeah. I mean,
don't worry
the home front's not using it anymore. They might as well.
I'm not sure what home front technology is, but that was just overpricing knives and getting away with it. That's what home front technology is.
Yeah, Benchmade has perfected that art.
Yeah.
Well,
I got
people
plastic
keep buying.
I got plastic handles and croup steel at $120. Don't worry about it.
People keep buying their stuff even as prices go up. So I mean, it's only going to be self-reinforcing over time.
It's on us.
It's true of every company, though. I mean, ultimately, in this hobby, it's support with your wallet, right?
And if you wants it, you wants it. Like there's knives that
I've overpaid for. Yeah, I mean, just recently I overpaid on a knife that I already own a perfectly functional version of. The smaller of the paradoxes. This sucker's Oz 8. I paid close to I forget, like $250, almost $300 by the time shipping was done to get this thing.
Joe.
But I've been looking for it for like 7 years. And I'm just as happy with this knife as I thought I was going to be. So I'm not in a position to really critique people like that for picking up the 710.
Just don't, Paul. Just don't.
Joe's been known to overpay for Oz 8. That's all I'm saying.
Yes.
Yeah, he has been. Yeah.
Yeah. But again, it's
Can we
less
get
about a knife
Megan
to
here?
use.
Can we
No,
just get Meg in the room for just a second, just so she can physically take your wallet away from you?
no. And see, it's okay. I sold the knives out of my collection that I wasn't using
It's
anymore.
like
I tried
you're the
rolling it in.
reason Oz
It's
8
good.
still exists, and just take his wallet.
Smack him with it and then
Yeah,
leave.
Meg not even into knives at all. It's like I can't believe you would support someone using Oz 8. Dude,
So
that's the
you know it
worst.
hurts.
I was looking at
We need a
used
t-shirt.
I was looking at
Friend-
used Al Mars for God's sake using Oz 8 in my
Yeah.
card. I'm like, oh, those are
Friends don't let friends use Oz 8.
look, as long as you're not cutting cardboard, it's fine.
I don't think we'd be allowed to wear that one at work.
Why
As
do you
long
think
as you don't, as long as you don't cut stuff, you're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
As long as you don't cut stuff, you're upstairs.
What have you been doing with this? Just cutting stuff? Exactly.
How dare you?
okay. Real talk though. I haven't actually sharpened this since I first got it. I touched up the edge because it was banged up from the spring. I haven't cut cardboard with it, but I've opened boxes. Oh no, I did cut down cardboard. A bunch of chicken nugget boxes. Cut those down. Pretty great.
A bunch of them.
A bunch of them. Well, because they'd been piling up.
How many chicky nugget boxes there, Joe? I have
4
follow-up
or 5?
questions, sir.
4 or 5 of them. We made a lot of chicken nuggets.
Are we talking
we had people over.
6-piece or the 20-piece?
I don't even remember. More than 6, less than 20.
That's probably the 20-piece then, if you don't remember. It was a chicky nugget haze.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, point being, it's fine. Cardboard's horrible under knives. When I'm cutting cardboard, I grab S110, I grab 20 CV. I don't think about it. It's fine. It's great.
Notice you didn't say MagnaCut. Just saying.
Fuck you, Paul. Just a little bit.
North arm stays in his pocket the whole time.
Yeah.
Whoa, hold on. That's S35.
Oh,
He's got one of the bad ones.
That's right.
Bad ones. Fuck you.
I forgot.
What are you talking about? The edge holding's almost as good, and I've never chipped this thing. I have no reason to, except for the goddamn black dune carbon fiber. Those handles, Jesus, those handles are nice.
They do look pretty good.
He's never chipped his S35 one, Paul. And I mean, you have the new MagnaCut one, so I'm pretty sure that you guys should sword fight.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Obviously, that's what that means. For the record.
Did it mean something else to you? Hey, look, I'm the only one that doesn't own an ugly knife.
Ugly.
That's true. I own
Hey.
ugly knives.
I was gonna say, who are you kidding?
It's like this knife is also look.
Mini pocket rocket.
If you got
Hey.
rid of the flipper tab on this knife, this thing is gorgeous.
It is true. You get rid of that, and it's.
It helps.
Look, it looks great.
That
Yeah,
helps.
it does.
When you get rid of that.
Oh God, man! If they
Can you just turn
re-release
it
this,
into a fixed blade and
Paul,
put a Kydex sheath on it?
would you buy one of these again if they re-release it as a front flipper?
Oh, Joe.
No.
I was thinking thumb stud.
The ergos would be improved so much, and you wouldn't have it sitting there. Oh shit, that would look so nice.
Yeah, I could.
No,
I could
just-
front flipper.
Just a fixed blade with a Kydex sheath. It's fine.
And just buy the folder and carry the Kydex sheath, and just
I
never.
need to put this thing
never
back in my
unlock
pocket. I miss
What
it.
the fuck is wrong with you, man?
it. You
Jesus.
don't ask questions you know the answers to. Come on,
And take Joe out into the woods and may or may not come back with him. I don't know how the weekend goes. It's
just don't send me out with Dick Cheney. It's fine. I'll be fine.
it was a cougar.
It was Cougar Cheney.
Looks like he was shot back in the head twice. Yeah, it was a cougar. Yeah,
Mhm.
that tracks.
Mhm.
That tracks, yeah. They're unpredictable.
Those cougars.
You gotta aim for the back of the head. That's their weakness.
Wow, well, we really spun off there.
Yeah. Anyway, 710s. You say?
Yeah.
I blame the home front for the record. It's.
Oh yeah, that was definitely the beginning of the end for sure.
Yeah, we lost a bunch of viewers. No.
It's all good. Any questions in chat? Anything there?
No, we're good. We're
No,
good. 710
cool.
overall thoughts, feelings. Too expensive. That's the overall thoughts and feelings. Is it's too
Yes,
expensive?
same complaint as Benchmade as we've had for how many fucking months at this point? Like, goddamn. We were talking about this earlier today. It's like ever since like just before, like a couple months before, it was. I always mispronounce his last name, so I'm not going to. But Les A, the founder, or at the very least the CEO of Benchmade, passed. The company seems to be going a certain direction. Um, very much leaning into lifestyle brand, which is fine. I personally don't have a problem with necessarily the direction, but what's coming along with that are these very large price increases. Um,
Well, and so they've got the reputation, but they're going to end up being like a Buck or a Gerber or a Sog, where they had this like great old school reputation, and then they ride it for so long before they have to actually come out with something that. And I mean, they're still coming out with, like, you can't say that they're not coming out with things to improve, like the flat Omega Springs, but
yeah,
that's after you let your old Omega Springs go to shit. If you had just kept with small batch proper hardening on your early Omega Springs, you wouldn't have to get to the point where you had to take a steamroller and flatten
all your wire. Yeah,
to be like, look, we fixed it. Shut up, guys. It's
yeah.
yeah. So
And look, if the build quality continues to like, if we could get this kind of build quality at their entry level, I might bitch a little bit less. I might, but it's kind of rough that you're only seeing this kind of thing at like the $400 price point plus. Everything below that is pretty standard Benchmade, you know?
and yeah. And grinds are better and centering is better.
Yeah.
Blade play is now become a problem instead. Like you're solving one thing and creating
Yeah.
another, right?
The,
Like it's yeah.
the only thing I'll say about that whole Gerber Sog thing is that the one thing that those companies both did is start lowering steel qualities and things like that, which Benchmade definitely hasn't done.
No, but they've taken some shots at coming in a little too fucking soft on things
Yeah.
like 3V.
They've
You know?
definitely
Well,
had slip ups
yeah.
for sure. I'm not denying that in any stretch.
And they're
Yeah.
still treating their D2 like it's some sort of godly D2 compared to every other D2 on the market. And it's
Yeah.
like your readout with a plastic handle is not better than any other Chinese made D2 on the market. I don't care if it's a CPM across the side of it or not. Like it's not
Yeah.
that much better. It's not
Is I just realized something. Is a readout more or less expensive than a bug out?
slightly more, but in the same ballpark.
That's all I'm gonna say on that. I'm just gonna look in the
So
camera.
CPM D2 and S30V.
I didn't like the way you looked at me there, Paul. It's, I don't think anyone did. It's,
Too bad.
yeah, it's
Happened
that
now.
one lazy eye. It's I tell you, it's no, just
They're both.
Just going off fish-eyed. The
Yeah. I wish I could do that on command.
oh god, yeah, that'd be a good part. That'd be a good party trick. The
Yeah.
I want to say like the raw stock price for CPM D2 and S30V are actually fairly similar. And if you're going to consider that the CPM D2 has to be thicker to start, and there's more of it to start to get the blade, because I'm not thinking about the polymer handles. Yes, the handles are more complicated on the readouts, but the slight increase kind of makes sense to me to a degree.
Wouldn't you just make it out of S30 instead?
No,
better edge
because so not that much better. And the readout, I they don't market it this way, but to me, the big selling feature for the readout over, say, the Griptilians or the bug outs is that it's easier to resharpen. That you get excellent toughness because it is the CPM process on D2. You get really good edge retention from what was, a 100-year-old ingot steel, essentially, right? It's Cerakoted, so you're not as worried about the corrosion resistance. But it's easier to touch up in the field. It's a lot easier to sharpen than S30V. But with the proliferation of things like diamond plates from Easy Lap, or even Worksharp, who Benchmade has collaborated with, you really don't need to spend a lot of money to sharpen effectively these days. So, it is a selling feature for me for some people, like to recommend to some people, but it's pretty limited to that capacity. Like if you're the type of guy who wants to be able to touch up a knife at the bottom of a ceramic coffee mug and then strop on glass, like okay, cool, you could do that with CPMD too. It does work, but S30V not so much.
Just buy a stone, damn it.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
spend the $30, the $20, realistically
Mine,
speaking.
Benchmade in the first place. You've thought about your sharpening at some
Yeah.
point in time, or how to resharpen that knife, whether
Yeah.
it's bringing it into a local shop or whether it's learning to do it yourself or getting the equipment or whatever, right? But I mean, the thing with them throwing out these abhorrent price points on some things is even if they play their odds on which ones are going to be successful, like a 710 in both variations so far. Benchmade's had some pretty good success with selling those models, even at the high price points that they're going for, right?
Yep.
Because of the notoriety. But they're going to play an odds game where they come out with a bushcrafter. And I don't know what the sales numbers have been on bushcrafters North America wide, but people aren't calling in and chasing down the new revamped bushcrafter that's out on the. So, if you get 3 out of 4 or even 2 out of 4 and you swing 50% at those price points, you take the loss on the other two that don't have those price points and come out with something else, right? And it'll be a short run of those and they'll disappear like a Pardue Hunter that was overpriced, and
I'm sure I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah.
they'll do that run for 2 years and try to hang on to it and then move on to something else. That they're playing their numbers games on being able to sell those high price points. And if they swing 50%, they're probably still doing okay for themselves on the bottom dollar.
Well, if you're paying those extra prices, for sure.
And as far as retailers go, we gotta take a gamble on all of them because you don't know which ones of those 50% are going to be popping and which ones are going to be duds, right? To some extent, yeah. So
Yeah.
Yep.
There is something to be said for Benchmade's name at this point. You'll move Benchmades, but yeah, I think they are. They're definitely trying to maximize the number of evergreen products, if that makes sense. Like they've been hanging on to that 940 design, right? Like Osborne's gone. They're not doing any more collabs with hymns, but they're keeping with those, keeping with the Griptilians. I don't know that the 710 is going to be a forever knife again, given that they're reintroducing it at the cheapest version is 400 American. I don't know. Sorry?
So you know what this feels like? It's something more akin to like a sprint runner.
Hmm.
Even the regular priced ones.
Even the standard one. Yeah. 100%.
And they'll stick around as long as there's sales for them. But as soon as they start to slip, they'll go, eh.
Yeah. And if this is indicative of a larger platform of, hey, we're just going to periodically bring stuff back into production, doing anniversary editions or doing just revamped iterations, make them for the people who want them, but just cut the line as soon as the sales start to drop. I don't know that that's necessarily the worst business strategy, and I think that might be better for collectors in the long term.
Unless they continue to raise their prices.
Well, there's always that. Yeah. So I don't know. Final thoughts on this guy?
I'm gonna say, do we want to give this guy a rating?
yeah, I got the first one. It's 7 out of 10.
Oh, you bastard!
Yeah, we all thought it. Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 7 on enthusiasm.
Oh.
Genuinely, all 3 points are price for me. All 3 lost points, I should say.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Joe? What's your score?
Got nothing particularly punny on this guy. It's
Give it a 6.9.
Nice. Yeah. It's hard to give a 7 for enthusiasm when everything's limited.
Cal's giving it a grade in chat. It's getting 7 10s. I think somebody's been
Okay.
paying off those Olympic judges.
That's pretty good, but
9.8.
they should have done 7 different variations of this knife.
7 to 10 of them, yeah.
7 to 10, and that way the collectors would have to buy all of them.
What you do is you do 7 different variations, and then you do 3 of them in 2 different color variations. And you big brain it.
There you go. Yeah, this is a fantastic knife.
And the last one that you release is in 10V.
Damn right.
So
unexpected collaboration of Spyderco. I like it.
I'm here for it.
Nope, just Fareed Mayer. So it's the McHenry Williams Mayer. So yeah, Fareed was the guy who did the 10V knife with the K2 with Spyderco. That was the design. That was the designer that did that one.
Oh, learning things.
Keep up, Matt. Come on.
I think Justin's saying nerd shit in chat.
How nerd?
I don't know. I don't get it. I'm not a legend.
10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. No, I'm sorry.
Nope.
No.
No legends here.
Because you have 8 10s there from what I can see, so it's not 7 10s. Disappointed. Yeah, okay, fair.
You were disappointed coming into this there.
Oh god, these guys are streaming again. Disappointed. Yeah.
I wish they just had the scene from Varsity Blues. It's a heavy set dude that sees the stripper. It's fucking 10. It's fucking 10.
Terrible.
There's only so many people that are old enough to understand that I'm talking about
Yeah,
there.
no. Sorry.
Joe ain't one of them.
No.
All I got is this glass of water.
Indeed. The stein of water.
Yeah.
A cup full of hopes and dreams that's almost empty.
Shit.
Oh.
It's
Accidentally
a little
deep there.
Yeah, it was a little too real, thanks.
He looked at that water line diminishing and he all of a sudden doesn't want to drink anymore.
Yeah.
He's like,
Let's see if I can turn back the clock. Yeah. Oh god.
We'll have to figure out a way to fill it back up, Joe.
Reasons to drink. Okay.
Hey, Mr. Witwicky, what is up?
Well, hello. Okay, seriously, final thoughts on this thing. It's a sweet knife. I can't wait to see what the actual longevity on these springs are. If you can afford this knife,
I'm going to.
It's a nice knife.
I'm going to randomly guess what knife is in John Witwicky's pocket. I'm going to say a paramilitary 2 in crew wear and micarta. That's my prediction.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me I'm right.
No, I can't do that. I mean, I can't tell you that you're right.
So it may or may not be. Yeah. Nice. We had something else vaguely Benchmade related, and by vaguely I mean it's explicitly Benchmade related that we could touch on before we close out here.
Indeed.
Is it have to do with famous Bruce Lee quote?
Which one?
Be like water.
Curse splash.
No. I'm pretty sure Bruce Lee never said curse splash.
Dude absolutely said curse splash. What the hell are you talking about?
Was that him as Kato in the Green Hornet? Curse
I don't know
splash,
why.
sir. Curse splash.
But I want to hear him say Cowabunga now.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly. There
I
you
don't
go.
think you do. I don't think you would know if he did or not. Did he just say Cowabunga? You're like, I'm not sure. I think
I'm not
he said-
rewinding to figure that out.
I'm not sure that he's sure.
Hey, look, it's a pile of
We
knives.
can dub over it. It's fine.
Into the wild below.
And hey, there's 7 knives there.
Yeah, look at that.
They're all right.
No, I'm joking. There's not 7.
Seven,
That'd be cool.
7 knives and a crappy sheath. We'll
Well,
get into that later.
six knives. 6 knives in a crappy sheath. Yeah.
Where's the 7th knife, Joe?
That's what I said. There's 6.
Why you gotta be misleading like that?
Yeah.
Oh,
I want to
Big
know
old
about.
liar
I just want about
pants.
the 7 knives. You
'Cause
got
I know-
6 knives in front of me. I don't even care about those 6. I just want to know what the 7th one is now.
Here's the twist. We already reviewed it tonight. Bam!
it was the beginning.
Okay. So, what is the big
Mind
deal with these
blown.
things? So, Benchmade has been jealous of Spyderco. That's not new. But the the new thing is they finally decided to do something about it other than rip off their holes. And by
Oh,
rip off, I
don't-
mean ask nicely. So,
Don't
Yeah.
rip off your holes.
well, you could. Is it,
Don't do it.
I'm pretty sure that was a Ren and Stimpy bit. Someone grabs someone else's mouth and rips it off their face, and it's just like smooth skin.
Yeah, I don't know, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
They just kept all the holes in the butt on these ones. So
Mhm.
The old
So-
but hole.
yeah.
The butts do have holes, even on and especially on the fixed blades.
Mhm.
Uh,
But you got a string hanging off of those holes, so
you
good
gotta
for a little tug.
tug
it's,
them. Yeah.
Yeah, just give it a little tug.
Oh, just a little bit.
Oh,
I mean,
what was he?
You could spin them around a little bit, but it might not be good for your own safety at that point.
I
right?
wouldn't
Like,
recommend
it's,
it. Please don't do that.
Sorry,
I
guys.
mean-
I got this red button to push real quick here first.
Yeah, it's probably for the best.
Is it a bomb?
I mean, it'll be a bomb when I just leave chat.
I'm probably less than you think.
Oh,
So it's not necessarily that we're a bunch of indecisive bastards. It's more we want to hear what you guys think. There's a whole water lineup that Benchmade's doing now. What do you want to hear us talk about first? I mean, subject to what we have left by the time we decide, I'm going to scramble to get photos together.
You know, we got Adiras, mini Adiras, being the
Yep.
folders, being mini Adiras and Adiras. And then the intersect and the undercurrent.
undercurrent.
I remembered.
You did. Good for you.
Now zoom in on those ones without having fish crafters in the way
Eh.
for all your fish crafting needs.
I would like to craft some fish, please.
If you would
There we
like to
go.
craft a small fish or a large fish, you can craft whichever fish you would like.
Yeah, I don't know that we really need to review the fish crafters.
How dare you, sir?
Maybe the
So,
9-inch.
It's the only knives that I want to talk about.
Oh, really? Shit.
I
No.
mean, at this point, I'm pretty sure you could open up your hands like Freddy Krueger with all the meat crafting and fish crafting, different variations,
Yeah,
and have
wanna.
a Freddy Krueger picture with all the crafties. Does that mean bushcrafties? Is that your thumb? Is the bushcrafter your thumb? Is the mini bushcrafter your weird thumb on the one side? Like
Kruger Craft.
Kruger craft. John Kruger Mellencamp.
Just
crafting.
imagine you swiping logs apart.
Well, that's just got to be shortened down to John Kruger Mellencraft. It's now-
Melon Craft. Yeah.
it's
So these are all MagnaCut. Just throwing that out there.
just coming back full circle from
Yeah.
the Krugers.
Yeah.
Justin would love if I buy one and immediately Gordon Ramsay it.
Does that mean hold it incorrectly?
Yes.
No, it's when you
Oh,
bend
damn.
it back and forth until it explodes.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Did
Well,
Gordon Ramsay
and
do
then
that?
hand it back to the
Okay.
person that it belongs to.
Yeah. Unfortunately, in that case, if I'm the one that buys it, I'll just hand it back to me.
I'm
While
sorry.
crying.
Gordon Ramsay did what with the fillet knife?
With a boning knife, actually,
Okay.
like a fish boning
A
hankle.
fish boning
Why? Why did he do
for
it?
all them fish bones.
He was showing off the knives to like the X number of knives you need in the kitchen,
And he blew it
And
apart.
and he was flexing it and showing what it's used for and whatever else, and it exploded. And it wasn't his knife; it was one of the sous chefs that was working in the kitchen behind him that he blew this poor fucker's knife apart.
Well, at least he can afford to replace it.
Yeah, exactly. I think he literally says in the video, "Oh, I owe you a knife, mate."
Yep.
Got one from Costco.
You must carry it as a fish katana. If you carry it as a fish katana, it's got to be edge up. And I wish they had that button release that was on the undercurrent
Yeah.
sheath for.
What if
said
I
fish
Rambo it
Like up across the
Yeah.
chest.
up on the chest?
No. That's
hell
not
yeah,
a fish
brother.
katana. You have to go under the armpit like James Williams is coming out with his
Oh,
Satsu.
so you can
Yes.
open up your own fucking
Well,
armpit and shoulder.
fillet, as it were.
Ugh.
I didn't get anything from Paul on that one. I'm
Fish
leaving.
katana implies the fish is the one carrying it. Well,
Where do you think you got? Where do you think they came from?
are the different kinds of fish working for different feudal lords? No, they're fish lords. Come on. Fishy lords.
They can have feuds underwater.
Yeah. Fish
Under the
feuds.
sea. There's a whole song about it.
I don't know if that's what feudal means, but I don't know enough about the word feudal to argue it.
This
This is a
unexplored
whole
anime.
unexplored anime.
I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't watch it. I'm just saying I wouldn't watch it sober.
Write a script, Justin.
I'm
here
pretty
for it.
sure it's just called Street Sharks. It's
There you go.
I remember
Street
Street
Sharks
Sharks.
with katanas.
Oh my god, yeah. I'd watch the shit out of that. All
there
right.
had to be someone with a sword in Street Sharks somewhere. along
Street
the
Sharks versus Biker Mice from Mars. Are they anime?
way.
That's yep. Okay, we're
I
talking
need
about
this.
anime. We're gonna be plummeting on viewers here. In a
So
second.
MagnaCut, you say?
Yeah,
They
let
all
us
have
know which ones you
MagnaCut.
want us to talk about,
Yeah.
and we will.
The hint is
Probably.
the small fixed blade. That's the hint. That's the
That's-
one you should want us to talk about.
The
Is that the-
intersect?
Intersect.
Indeed.
I believe the first thing I said is that's short for intersection.
Of course. It's got right away.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think
I'll
I'm
just
done.
leave. Oh yeah, just leave.
yeah.
I can just go. It's fine. Enjoy the night, guys.
Not anymore. Thanks.
There you go.
That ship
My
has
job is complete.
that ship has sailed. Been taken out by aquatic samurai.
Feudal aquatic samurai.
They're very finny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
On that note,
So they
Should
got a
we
hunt
thank people?
series. They got a water series. They got a black tactical series. They got a blue collar working class series. What's the next
And a gold-
series?
Gold class.
Well, that's the yeah. Okay, so yeah, they have their gold collector series. What's the next series? You think? What's 2 years
Well,
from now? What's the new
They
series?
tried to have an air series, but the aileron didn't pan out the way they wanted it to. So
That's part of the black blast. Come on.
If they bring back the red series, then you start to worry.
Yeah.
well, I keep on telling you with all this like re-release and anniversary and making a comeback, and a lot of knife companies are all about bringing back old school stuff and making sales off of old school designs that people have asked for and blah blah blah, Sleech Bowies and so on and so have it. And I've been talking about a rant Bowie for a while from Benchmade, or the rant knife in general, fixed blade, and it was a red class, but if they brought it back, they'd have to charge $400 because it would be in the blue class now. So I changed my mind. I don't want you to re-release a red.
And it's
just-
RANT?
Yeah, I just want, and there was many different blade shapes on the rant. There was a drop point, there was a clip point,
N690.
there was an N690 version. There was also 440C versions.
Would like to see a photo, please, Google.
It looks significantly like a.
Hello.
What's that one from Buck? The Vanguard.
Vanguard.
Yeah.
So
A Vanguardian. Yeah.
They had a version that was an all polymer handle. They had a version that was a polymer with steel cap and bolster, or guard rather. Damn.
Yes. They
like
did.
Damn.
Dynamite, even.
And there's, if you scroll down to the one with the wood background, there's one with a drop point version instead of a clip point version. Oh, there's the picture with both of them as well. Yeah,
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. What the heck? That's a nice looking knife. I can see why you like that knife.
Yeah, re-release it, but then don't charge $400. Shame on you. Santoprene, rubber handle, 154 cm. That's what you need to do, and then come out with it in 250, and undercut
14
the Siebert Bushcrafter. Well, whatever. Select the edge that you want to, Benchmade. Who gives a shit anymore?
Yeah. You don't even have to tell us.
17, 14, 22? Sure.
22 on one
Is
side,
it-
17 on the
Is
other.
it 2 degrees thinner if it's a coated blade?
No.
It's thicker.
No, it has to be thicker to compensate.
Oh my god.
Starting to decipher this
I feel like-
Morse code that Benchmade has on their edge selections.
Look, it's very simple. You know, on like schoolyard playgrounds, or not well, sometimes, but like you go to a playground in a local park, it's got those things with the little symbols that kids are meant to turn and like line up and make patterns with. Well, Benchmade has that, and it's a selector wheel for the angles, and the employees, when they walk by, they just snap it. And so for each model, it just changes to, oh, no, 17 today. Okay.
It doesn't change model to model. It changes side of the knife to the other. Let's be honest.
I will say most of the Select
Well,
Edge
that's
stuff
just
I've
two
seen
kids
seems
slapping the
consistent,
toys at the
but-
same time, Paul. It's-
It's just teaching kids how roulette works. Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah.
good times. Good times.
Russian or otherwise.
Is the
Nothing.
Air Series just a bug out?
I mean,
Ultra lightweight, I guess.
ultra airlight. What?
I'm
No,
kinda-
the air series was the aileron. Come on.
Oh, I was gonna
Dennis
say,
made that joke earlier.
He did, yes.
Then they just came out with a knife called the Air Out. Just doesn't. It
an
smells
empty-
bad. It
It's
just smells bad.
You pump it up.
No. They just ship you an empty box. And when you try to complain, no, well, you got it. Got the air
Yeah.
knife.
I'm here for that.
No. Stay over there. Stay over there for that.
I mean,
Stay-
I'm not gonna buy it,
Stay
but
in
I'm
your
here
co-
to watch people get upset.
Stay in your corner with the rest of the pores.
That's right. I don't have money for that air.
Yeah, no.
It's
me neither.
Benchmade air. Come on, it's gonna be a premium.
Butterfly tax. Yeah, it's the air that was swept by the wings of a butterfly. That's
Does it have a pivot
That's-
collar on the box?
Of course.
of course it does, obviously.
You just get the pivot collar inside the.
That's about it. Oh, you know what? What about that aerogel shit? They could
The
make a
what?
knife out of that.
There you
Yeah.
go. It's more air than not.
Let's
It's
see.
like 99.9% air, aerogel.
something. Yeah, aerogel are among the lightest solid materials known to man. They are created by combining a polymer with the solvent to form a gel, and then removing the liquid from the gel and replacing it with air. They are extremely porous and very low in density. They are solid to the touch. Okay, but like, can you imagine like if they somehow made a limited edition bug out with fucking aerogel handles?
It would not survive shipping.
No, but it would be incredible. Just like concept cars and concept computers, and like every time there's a big trade event, you see this crazy shit that like you'll never see that on the road. But you're happy to know it exists.
It would be an awesome April Fool's joke.
Hell yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
First time you try to cut anything, the hardware just pushes through the aerogel. Yeah.
Just I want a bug out ad for April Fools now. That's just a bug out with a balloon full of helium tied to it.
Yep.
Just have it floating around. Weighs nothing at all.
Actually, if they had like a way to make the knife float, I wonder.
Mm-hmm. I watched a man take his hiking backpack, big like 70-liter bag, and he tied a weather balloon to it full of helium. And he's like, I can't even feel it. And then he put it down at one point, and it literally started lifting off the ground.
There you go.
I wish I had that technology. But then I thought about walking through the forest with that.
Yeah.
You stop at the tree.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, aerogel is sick, Justin. I agree.
It's pretty cool shit.
Neato.
Instead of doing inlays made out of Altum, do inlays made out of aerogel instead.
No, it still wouldn't survive.
Yeah, I don't even think you can get that stuff wet. Dissolve.
Like it depends on what the polymer is, probably. But it wouldn't surprise me. Dude, like you can barely hold it. Like the pressure of your fingers holding it in the air will usually crush it because
it doesn't. And like they say, it's solid. There's not a lot of squish.
No, and it is pretty awesome the way that it will absorb or like deflect heat. Heat does not transfer through it at all.
It's interesting.
Yeah, because it's all air.
Oh, so yeah, so
I mean,
guess
it flakes and breaks apart and whatever else, but
yeah, I imagine it'd be a pretty decent insulative material. Yeah, pretty cool.
So, John Witwicky is asking, how are the sheaths? The Fish Crafters look just like every other Hunt series.
Injection molded though, not.
Yeah, they are. They are. It's true.
Yeah. Indeed.
And then the intersection and the undercurrent are a bit of a new style sheath. You'll love it or you hate it. We'll get into some in depth on those ones.
Yeah, we'll talk about that next week when we decide which one we're going to talk about.
Not next week. It's Mother's Day.
Right.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Some week in the future when we decide that we want to talk to you guys again.
Oh. That's so mean. If you feel particularly strongly about what knife you'd like us to review, just leave it in a comment under this video. We'll take a look before we go live next time.
We'll look at what you say and then choose the ones that we want to talk about.
Well,
that's one more thing that I was going to do.
Wow, you guys are fucking mean.
So much for asking for engagement.
Yeah. You can tell us what you want, but honestly, y'all go fuck yourselves. Basically, is what I'm hearing.
Let's be honest here. How much work are we doing before we go live?
Oh, man. Well, if my computer doesn't give out in the next 2 weeks, that'd be great.
That would be pretty neat.
All right. I think I've about had it. I think we've about had it.
I got one more for the road. A little minor something just for the road.
Do it.
Okay. What are we looking up?
Cutlery. Bosteed.
Okay.
It's a Psyop, Psyop.
Busted Psyop.
Look at it, like it, give them your money.
I'm trying. Good
Are you?
God, do I try. This guy. The top liner lock. That is not a great way to refer to a compression lock, but honestly, I don't know what the term would be otherwise.
Go away from the black one.
Well, that's what I did.
There's a frag one. It's beautiful. That's
Is it Fraggy? Is that Fraggy? That's not
Yes.
Fraggy.
Checkered. It's milled.
It's milled at the very least.
Mill checkered.
Ooh, that's a nice photo with the reflection.
Well,
Well,
yeah, there you go.
that's pretty neato.
L Maxi, milled clippies, 250 US, but still,
Not bad. Not bad.
I'm
It's-
into it.
it's no bad. It's no bad at all.
I'm glad that LMAX is starting to pick up a little bit more. It's been
Mhm.
like a really slow increase in popularity over the last little while.
Especially with the overseas companies like Kunwu. The next knife I'm probably going to be picking up is going to be LMX.
Mhm.
Somebody's got to pick up the slack that ZT dropped.
Well,
No,
Didn't-
burned. They burned it,
Oh,
sir.
right.
They burned it and threw it in the trash.
and by
My
trash,
mistake.
you mean our
Flaming
pockets.
garbage. Yeah, it's into your
Flaming
pocket.
Garbage.
Yeah, well,
A memoir.
yeah. All right.
Tell me I'm wrong.
No, I'm not gonna say shit.
That's for the
Oh,
best.
whoa, hold on. Is that just this funky lighting, or is this thing actually contoured on the non-milled version?
Oh, that's sexy. On non-milled version.
I don't dislike any of that. Wow.
Oh, a little top flipper action for Paul as well.
Oh yeah.
Little
Yeah.
Spidey hole action for the rest of us normal people.
Hey man, I like multiple ways to open a knife.
Oh,
Can I closed? Is there enough room for me to flick it open from the flat of the blade? Like a monster?
Probably because you're a monster.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah, barely. Thanks to that swedge and the flat being so low. But oh, is this righty only?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, what the hell?
Well, I'm not buying this one. I'm buying one that's ambidextrous from Kunwu. It's a completely different topic, but I still thought this was a good looking knife.
This is a good looking knife. It's very cool.
And a reasonable knife, and it's reasonably priced.
Simple yet sophisticated style. Do we have any specs? Yeah, we do. 60 plus or minus 2. Jesus Christ, again with these wide ranges. I feel
58
like
to 62?
yeah.
Is that what they just told me?
Yeah, I feel like we've bitched about this somewhat recently, and I don't know if it was Vosteed or someone else, but it probably was Vosteed. That's a wide fucking range. Now,
that's disgusting.
That being said, if that is the spec for their black-coated knives as well, maybe this is meant to encompass that spec. So
Probably.
the uncoated ones are only going to be like I don't know, 50,
60 to
59,
62,
59,
and then the other
59,
ones-
61. Oh yeah, 60, 62. That'd be nice for
The other
Almax,
ones are
right?
50 to 8 to 60.
I feel like they should clarify one way or the other because a 4-point spread is fucking atrocious.
Paul
Yeah.
left.
I'm back.
Hey!
He's back. Oh wow.
I'm not playing Helldivers. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, little gem. Leave the night.
They are. They specify they do a curved version and a patterned version. So the pattern is on flats and the curved is curved.
Wow, now I like the curved one more. Look at this.
There you go.
If they are doing even a like 59-61, that'd be cool. But hey, a 62 or 60-62, spread for the uncoated. That's
be. You
super
never
attractive,
know.
actually.
You'll never know.
Yeah, you could always message them, I'm sure, on Instagram or some Facebook or something. But or the customer support line. And by line, I mean web form on their website somewhere.
Infinite is saying, actually, plus or minus 2 can mean 59 to 61 as he's pushing up his nerd glasses.
Plus or minus 2, 59 to 61. What? What?
I think he's on glue.
Yeah.
I don't
Plus
think
minus
he knows
2
how to
could
number.
also mean. I mean, it encompasses that, but that's not what they're literally saying on the website. No, they're saying 60 plus 2 or 60 minus 2. That's their okay range.
It's some
Yeah.
people's okay range.
Yeah, I don't feel like these knives are quite cheap enough that I'm okay with a 58 to a
Well,
62. That's a bit of a wide swing.
50 American.
Well, look, if I'm buying this knife with certain expectations on edge performance, whether it be how tough it is or how long it holds an edge, the geometry informs that. Sure.
Joe,
God damn.
You forgot the most important part. It's made out of grade 5 titanium, literally the metal of the Titans.
Yep. Hundo
So
Pete. This whole thing's a fucking psyop, man. They're just trying to get in our heads.
Yep.
This knife doesn't even exist, man.
I mean, have you ever seen one in person?
Yeah,
I haven't.
Exactly. Just because they said they shot it to the moon doesn't mean that it.
At least it's better than Ontario's heat
You
treat.
fool.
Yeah, and where
You
are they
believe it.
now?
You believe in the moon? Oh, they're apparently still making knives.
No, they're not. Somebody else is in their name.
Yeah, so about that.
Just because I put on a skin face mask doesn't mean that all of a sudden you can call me Susan. Like it's.
What are you saying there, Giuseppe?
Oh well, I thought there was somebody at stateside making knives under their name. I wasn't sure if it was the same factory.
There's a company in the U.S. that is making knives under their name. Whether or not they're making them in the U.S. is a different story.
Oh, I thought the production was still happening in the States for certain models. I don't know enough about it. Yeah, I don't know enough about it.
Made by Camillus.
I mean,
old of you to assume the space is real. John, I'm gonna get you.
I like the way you think. Let alone the moon. Yeah, exactly. You believe in the moon.
Moon.
Okay, so I've got this yoga exercise ball.
Earth 2.0, okay?
I don't want to think about the ball.
You shouldn't think about the ball.
No.
Oh.
Minimal ball thinking.
I mean,
that's good advice for life, probably. It's
probably.
I think so. I think so.
The less ball thinking, the better.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Anyway, that's the final little gem I'll send you off with. The Vostede, a PSYOP, with questionable LMAX. Good times. I didn't see the questionable LMAX the first time. I just saw a picture of the knife and was like, oh, that's kind of a good looking knife.
It's a cool looking knife. I like it.
Good. And by their reputation, they know how to heat treat stuff. So I'm just going to assume that they were lazy and not that they're incompetent. It's just that they're lazy.
They got a pre-heat treated batch of LMAX, but it didn't say what it was heat treated to.
Fuck. Oh, fuck.
No, I genuinely think Joe's probably right. And if it goes from 58 to 62, isn't that a 5-point spread? Not a 4-point spread?
No.
Because 60 is still a number.
Well,
58, 59, 60, 61, 62. That's 5. Yeah, think about it.
I guess if you're... I guess it would be more accurate to call it a 5-point spread.
Fuck you.
But I don't like it.
I'm taking my 0 back. It's
Plus or minus 2. Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess that would be a 5-point spread.
Yeah.
It's even worse. No, it's exactly as bad as we thought it was. It was just now we
Yeah.
know what to call it properly.
We're calling it the right thing.
Yes.
So I wonder if you were to actually go onto a YouTube video, if it still says 60 plus or minus 2 in the box, or if you got coded ones or uncoded ones that it might actually specify a little bit more. Because I'm pretty sure Vosteed has a little rate up in there.
In videos?
Boxery do.
Oh.
Boxery do.
Well, that might be
Well,
something
they
to
got
check
a
out.
couple sets of Omega Springs, and they got some other things, and they got a little diagram of the knife, and
Little diagram.
yeah, beginning, middle, and end.
Speaking of endings.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're done.
Red
We're done
button.
here.
Abort. Abort.
Thanks for joining us. We will not be back next week. It's Mother's Day. Go love your mom.
Go love your mom
Do it.
That's
in any way that you decide.
the day. That's the day. Just because you call her mommy, it counts. It counts. Still
Yeah,
counts.
totally
It's-
does.
yeah.
Go hug a muscle mommy. It's fine.
Look.
Those ones don't count.
No? Oh.
They can be moms too. You
You
don't
know,
know.
you don't like your protein to shake, huh?
The jawline tells the truth, man. I'm just saying.
You just go up for uppies. Uppies.
Peace.
Look, if there's anyone there that can lift Dennis like a child,
Yeah, I'm here for it.
what's the Mountains actor's name? Gregor something?
Conor McGregor, what?
No,
I don't know.
God,
I don't think
no.
he can make me go uppy.
Hathor Bjornsson.
Something like that. Yeah.
He's only half a Thor.
Well, have you seen the full Thor? No.
Not in public, man. Put that
Yeah.
away. It's not enough. You're exposing half a Thor over there.
Yeah, it's true. Put that away.
All right, gentlemen. Thanks for joining us. Thank you to everyone who stopped by, and yeah, not back again next week. Thank you to the Cutting Edge for supplying some 710s that we can sell out of before we even get to play with them.
Mm-hmm.
Good job. Keep up the good work.
And thank you to our Instagram followers for continuing to follow and showing that algorithm who's boss.
Yeah, holy hell.
Yeah.
Thank you also to the Patreon members. They have been distributed somewhat to some people.
Yeah.
You
Come
know,
on.
Christmas 2023.
Bye, Ben. Come see us.
Ben, come swing by the shop. We got something for you. Also, Stanson 357. If you happen to be watching this after the fact, if you come by the shop, we got a fancy gift as a thank you for being such an awesome contributor to the channel.
Indeed.
So yeah, Dick Richards already left, so he's not here to hear what's coming to him.
I was gonna say, let's make this real funny, and nobody tell him because he's gonna obviously get his last because he's the farthest away. And it'll be funny for him not to know while everyone else does.
So
Funny.
this is the part where you all laugh.
Chortle. Chortle along with me, please.
Christmas 2023. We made it, guys.
I prefer the shortle. It's like a chortle, but smaller. Okay. That's it. Yeah. All right, gentlemen.
I'll be in one of these weeks coming up soonish. Cool. Christmas 2024. Neat.
One of these weeks coming up soonish.
Sensible chuckle.
Yeah.
I have successfully committed nose exhale.
Mm.
Well, that's really all I'm asking for is just keep breathing out until you can't breathe out anymore.
Oh, geez, that's dark.
I mean, eventually you'll just pass out and your body will make you inhale as the reset button kicks in. But
that's when the pillow comes out.
yeah. Oh, I see.
Oh, thank you for reminding me.
Sucking goose feathers. Is that what's going on?
Yeah.
Don't.
Let us leave.
I was gonna say don't suck the goose, but you know what? You do whatever you want.
Oh yeah, don't do that.
Look, if the goose is cooked,
I'm begging you. Yeah, don't.
If your
Stop
goose is
it.
cooked,
My goose is certainly cooked at this point.
I
at
mean,
least chew it before it goes down. Come on.
might have to go through the plucker first.
Yeah, definitely don't chew before the plucker.
Yeah.
I don't
So
even
you
know
get
what we're saying
mites.
anymore.
You know what? I've not known for the last 45 minutes or so.
I mean, no one likes getting plucked with or poked with a quill.
It's true.
No one likes getting plucked with a quill either. It's
Also true.
Having trouble
Yeah.
picturing that one, but I will agree.
a little stick and poke action, you know.
Ah, I see.
Get a little tattoo on the side, on the sly even.
On the sly, yeah, as it were. All right, guys, we will see you here again in a couple weeks. Thanks for joining us tonight. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you back here in 2. I am who I am. I'm Dennis Vipers.
I am there and Joe.
I'm XL.ca.
See you not next week. Bye for now.
Oh, happy Cinco de Mayo. Cinco,
Yeah.
Cinco,
Oh, yeah.
Cinco. Mayo,
And May
Mayo,
the
Mayo.
4th
Happy, happy, happy.
and all that fun jazz.